So the reason we are all here is to hear what our candidates have to say. So without any further ado, Helen Chan, if you will make your way. It's just a moment for them to kind of talk about who they are and give, and just so you can see their personality and what they have to bring to the table for our membership. So Helen, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Belinda. So I have a very small voice, and you know the whole saying, small voice carry a big stick, so I'm glad they gave me this microphone. Very close. Okay. So my name is Helen Chan. I'm with ERA Sellers and Buyers Real Estate here in Albuquerque. I've been a realtor for about 5 years now, and I'm running for the director position of GAR. And the reason why I'm running is because when I started in this industry, that wasn't a consideration that I ever imagined I would be in, and here I am now. I've been fortunate enough to work with some of the other candidates and other members here, and what's led me to this and joining the GAR ambassadors is the leadership here. And we have a lot of members that don't understand what's available to us as part of this membership and the cooperation that entails going into a transaction and us working together and making that happen. I just had another conversation with a broker today that we had a tough transaction and we got through it because we cooperated. And so that's the reason why I'm running, is because I really want to encourage that cooperation between the members and the realtors in this association. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Helen. The next person up to speak is Dennis Groves. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Dennis Groves with Coldwell Banker Legacy. Started in the industry in 2005. My wife also got licensed in 2005. Was blessed to be the GAR Rookie of the Year. And from that point, have seen just how blessed we truly are to be in this industry. We, especially right now when you look around, there's a lot of people that don't have a job or have the abilities or to make money the way we do. So I look at that and I say, with that, too much is given, much is required. We have a responsibility to better our industry. GAR is a great organization already and has been, but can we be better? What can we do to go to that next level? How can we work better amongst ourselves as brokers and associate brokers to make the transactions go smoother? What can we do for our clients so that we look out for their best interests before our own? Those are the types of things that I want to try to help with. And again, I think GAR is a great organization already, so it's really easy to jump onto something that's working really well. I'm very blessed to be a sales manager of about 165 realtors. So I get to do coaching and a lot of things that I think really show me just how good our industry is. Being on the GAR Rookie of the Year panel, I get to interview those that are up for Rookie of the Year. And it is amazing to see how far we've come, but I believe we haven't reached it yet. So I want to bring that energy, that level, and go to the next level. So that's why I'm running, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dennis Groves. The next person I'd like to bring up to speak to you all is Jack Lynch. When everybody comes up to speak, if you would stand behind the podium, that would be fantastic.
Hi there. I intended to memorize this, but I was tied up in last-minute negotiations, and the good news is I have a ratified contract in the last 30 minutes. I wish to serve on the 2022 and 23 GAR board because the real estate industry is changing in ways and at a rate unparalleled since the establishment of home mortgages as an easy, accessible path to home ownership for the masses. I want our association to provide the ways and means for realtors to continue to provide value to the public that the public needs, deserves, and cannot find without the professional counseling and guidance professional realtors can and should provide. The disruptors in our industry are sending us a message. It's this: 1, if you aren't intimately familiar with each and every form NMAR provides for the types of and variations of the transactions you're helping a client with, and you're not aware of the laws and regulations they provide for conformance with, you're as likely to be an impediment to success as you are a help. 2, if you aren't strictly adhering to and assisting your client's efforts to comply with regulations imposed by governmental entities and contracts, you're more likely to be an impediment to success than you are help. 3, if you're not a student of the market you serve and don't have the ability or take the time to zero in on the places, the people, and the situations your business takes you, you're going to fail. And 4, if you do not listen carefully, read carefully, speak carefully, and write carefully, if you do not provide care every bit as good as you expect from your doctor, your client will probably be better off without you. GAR's job is to help the members of the association continuously get better and better at all of the above so that the public will be best served. There is a level of professionalism that is expected from doctors and lawyers and bankers. I want the GAR board to do everything within its power to provide realtors the opportunity to provide that same level of professionalism and earn the respect due us as a result. Thank you.
That was Jack Lynch. Thank you so much. Next up to speak to you all is Anika Nunez. Anika.
Hello, everyone. So for those who don't know me, like Belinda said, I'm Anika Nunez. I just wanted to start off with saying thank you, GAR. Thank you, Kent. Thank you for all the leadership. You guys have been absolutely amazing. So a little bit of background. I served our country. I was in the Marine Corps, and I am so passionate about just serving the community and serving our realtors and our colleagues. I'm currently a chair on our YPN committee. For those you know, it's Young Professionals Network. We have our podcast every third Friday of the month, so if you don't know about it, tune in. We always have a special guest, and I'm just so proud of it. I'm just so proud that I was able to just serve on the committee as chair. I'm also on 4 committees with NAR. I'm also going for the GAR Board of Directors this year, and I can't wait to serve each one of you. I want to serve all the realtors colleagues just as much as I serve my country. Thank you.
Thank you, Anika. Next is somebody that I'm sure everybody in this room knows and loves. It's Alice Tozer.
Hi, I'm Alice Tozer. I am the qualifying broker for the Keller Williams offices in Albuquerque. I've been licensed, I almost hate to admit this, 46 years. Probably longer than some of you have been alive. I'm running as a director for GAR. I served the last 2 years, and the reason I do this is because I like to know all of you as members, so if we have a transaction that there's any type of issue at all, you can feel free to call me and just tell me what the issue is, and we can work it out together. So many times our transactions are adversarial. You know, the one broker thinks he has to do, get the one up on the other one, but, we have a common goal, and that's for the buyer and the seller to get the house that they want and for the seller to sell it. So I want to work on relationships. And I think in this last year with COVID, we haven't had an opportunity to see each other one-on-one. So I've missed that. And if anybody has anything that they would like to report to me that would help GAR, just pick up the phone and call me, and I would really appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Alice. She makes a great point. We work in a collaborative environment, and we should be collaborative with our brokers and our colleagues. So thank you, Alice. Next person to come and speak is Christopher Shane Tanner.
Thank you so much. I'm Christopher Shane Tanner. I'm with Coldwell Banker Legacy of the Paseo office. I've been a realtor since January 2017. And why do I want to be a GAR director? So I like to believe that I have a servant's heart. So, I've served my country as well, like Anika, and I've been in for a little over 18 years now, so almost 19 in February. And I'm still in. I'm with the 150th Special Operations Wing at Kirtland, affectionately known as the Tacos. So, Enchilada Air Force. So it's been a lot of fun, had a lot of jobs. I'm still in. I'm a first sergeant. So I've had a lot of opportunities through the military for education and different things like that. I'm actually a UNM alumni. I got a degree in biology and chemistry. I was pre-med, and I'm not wearing a stethoscope, so clearly I went a different path. But so I got a couple other leadership things from the military, so that's been great for me. In addition to that, we've been blessed to year after year double our production in real estate. So this year we're looking at closing around like 12.5 million this calendar year. So, again, we've been really blessed, and it's just such a wonderful field and career to be in, to be able to give back to the community. And I'm also on the tech committee for GAR. So it's been awesome to see all the things that are out there and that directly affect our 4,000 plus realtors that are getting voted on a regular basis, and just stay at the tip of that spear. I think it's a very important thing, especially with the direction everything's been going with technology. We really have to stay smart with that stuff and make sure that people are making the right decisions for our entire association. So thank you so much for the nomination, and look forward to hopefully being your director. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your service, and thank you for your service as well, Anika. The next person to take the floor is Christopher Venegas. Here you go, Christopher.
My name is Christopher Venegas. I'm with Coldwell Banker Legacy, and I was 2018 GAR Rookie of the Year. And those of you guys may not know, I was one of the youngest GAR Rookies of the Year. And I think that's one big thing that'll set me apart from a lot of these other candidates is I grew up with technology and with phones, and it's a constant reminder. And I think Kathy said it best, that we need to evolve or we'll die out. So having that insight of the newer generations coming in, to be able to change those. I've been on Southwest MLS policy for a couple of years now, and I'm involved with GARS, and we have charity events. I love showing up for those, and that's me. I can appreciate you guys' vote.
Thank you so much. And he also brings up a great point. There are so many ways to get involved at GAR. Obviously this is for the GAR board, but there's so many other ways. There's so many committees. There's so many opportunities for you to give back to a great membership. So keep that in mind as well. I am more than happy to introduce our next person coming up to speak. I know we're skipping over Jean Duran. If Jean Duran was here, she would not let me skip over her. She is traveling, a much needed vacation. That lady works very hard. So she is running as treasurer. This is going to be her third term as treasurer for GAR, and she serves on many committees, and she serves on the state level as well. She's like a Carol Bernstein. Carol Bernstein, if you don't know her, get to know Carol. This realtor is amazing, and she serves our industry very well. So Jean Duran is going to be the 2022 treasurer, and you're in good hands. Money is in good hands. She meets with Nick Fowler on a regular basis and Kent. So just know that as treasurer, she does a fantastic job. Next up is Morgan Kennedy Henson, somebody else who knows what it is to give back to our community. So here's Morgan.
Thank you, Belinda. Hi, everyone. As Belinda said, I am Morgan Kennedy Henson. I'm with the Kennedy team at Ida Kelly Realtors, and I am running for your vice president position. I've been actively volunteering at GAR for the last 7 years. I've served on and chaired multiple committees, including LEAP and the Realtor Fund, both of which I still serve on today. I also graduated from GAR's Leadership Development Program back in 2014. I currently serve as a director at GAR and would be honored to move up to the executive level as vice president. What else am I supposed to say? Kent? I know there's a list of things. I do rescue dogs. That has nothing to do with real estate, but if you need a dog, I foster a lot of them. But I would be so honored to be your vice president and continue my journey on the board at GAR. I think in order to best serve our association and our membership, our board needs to be a true reflection of our membership demographics. So as a millennial broker in a really small office, I think I bring a lot of insight to the table. So thank you guys so much. With the dog.
So she asked how rescuing dogs is connected to real estate. Well, real estate is rough. You're welcome. The next person I'd like to bring up is somebody else who loves to volunteer for our community and our industry. It's Josh Price.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Belinda. Belinda's always good with the joke. That's all. We can count on you for that. I love being a realtor because I love the family that we are. You know, when I first found out that I was running against Morgan, I looked over and I woke Heather up and I was like, hey, I wanted to vote. I would vote for Morgan, you know? She's awesome. I know, for real. That's we're friends, you know? I love everybody that's in this room. That's what being a realtor I really think is. I want to be your next vice president because I want to be president of GAR someday, you know? And I feel like I can't be president unless I become vice president first. So you start somewhere, right? I want to do this because I believe, like everybody has said, that professionalism and learning more and being as professional as possible is what really keeps us at the top of our game and keeps us relevant and keeps us relevant in the changing times. So I'm going to tell you a little story about myself. So, you know, I don't believe, and anybody that knows me knows that you're not ever going to tell me that I can't accomplish something or that I can't do something. If I set a goal or I put something in front of me, I'm going to follow it through. We're going to follow it through whether I'm coming in dragging and bleeding or what. So when I was 5 years old, I was a big Superman fan, right? Can you hear me? I was a huge Superman fan. Superman was the greatest thing in the entire world. I had an S on my T-shirt that I drew myself. I had a little cape that I, would tie on, and I was Superman. I could go around my house. I could do anything, right? I decided that I was going to jump off a balcony into the middle of our foyer, right? And I had my cape on. I took a flying leap, right? Thud. My dad comes running in, and he looks at me and he goes, Josh, and some of y'all might have heard this story before, but he looks at me and he goes, Josh, what are you thinking about? Why did you do that? And I looked at him and I go, I trusted my cape. You know? And I think that that's what I would bring to you as your GAR vice president is I'm going to tie on my cape, and whatever needs to get done, I'm going to follow it through, and you can trust me and trust my cape that we're going to get it done. It's on underneath this right now.
I was expecting him to open up his shirt and see the S, but I want to remind everybody when you're speaking, try to speak as much into the microphone as possible because I know that people are having a hard time hearing. Can everybody hear me in the back? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much, Josh. The next person that is running for president-elect is actually Sarah Lopez, and I just want to make sure that she's not in the foyer. So Sarah Lopez has served as a director, and she has served as vice president, and so we'll move on. And I know that Jen Cody Martin has prepared a video, and that video will be shown on the live stream. So I encourage you all to go and watch the live stream and check out the video from Jen Cody Martin. I'm sorry, Jen, to get your name wrong. Jen Cody Martin. She has also served this past year as a director.
Hi, my name is Jen Cody Martin with New Mexico Real Estate Group. I'm here asking for your 2022 vote for president-elect here at GAR. I've been licensed for over 16 years, and in those 16 years, I've been lucky to be able to volunteer for different positions here at GAR. Most of my time has been spent on the Pro Standards Committee, in which I got to understand a little bit more about the grievance process and the Pro Standards process. It was a great fit because I really value the code of ethics, and it was wonderful to see how that underlines everything that we do here in our industry and how important that really is. Currently, I'm serving as a board of director, and I'm honored to be able to help assist our board of directors in making decisions that affect you as members here. I've also been lucky enough to serve at the NMAR level, and in doing so, I was a board of director there for a couple years. I've been on the Forms Committee, as well as the chair of their Education Committee. Last year, I got the honor of being certified to be a core instructor as well. So with my tons of experience, my over 10 years of being a qualifying broker, and my love of giving back, I feel like the time is right for me to step up and to be your president-elect. When you're voting this week, please take into consideration my knowledge, my history, my passion, and my love for the industry here. And please vote Jen Cody Martin for your 2022 president-elect.
The final person for the GAR slate of candidates I'd like to bring up is Carrie Traub.
Thank you, everybody. I'm actually completely opposite of Josh. I just decided to go straight for president. I'm a director right now, and I actually tried to run for president before I was a director, because that's just kind of what I do, go for the highest and the best. But anyways, my name is Carrie Traub. I've been a realtor for 24 years. My parents were realtors back in the day. They are retired, and I told them I'd give them a shout out on the video. I love you, Mom and Dad. They're retired now. Anyways, so I said to my husband on the way over here, I said, what should I say? What ideas? Let's role play. And he said, I don't really think that's you, Carrie. I think you just speak from the heart. So that's what I'm going to do. I've seen GAR go from a one-man show, one desk, you walk in, wood walls, very dark, you remember, to what it is today. And I would say every one of us who's running right now, and probably everybody in this room, notices that we are having a bit of an issue with professionalism and how people are treating each other. The other day I was spoken to worse than I've ever been spoken to in 24 years. I couldn't even believe it. And so what does that look like being a president? I want to jump in and serve you and help you to be able to do your job to the best of your ability. I think the way we're being treated and viewed is really been difficult lately. And, I've had brokers in tears, and is this what life is like? And, we're the one career where you can go and take a test and get paid very well. So as president, I want to serve you and help you and give you the things that you need to do your job out in the field. But I also want to show you what GAR has to offer, because it's pretty amazing what GAR has to offer. And I don't think that, as someone said earlier, we utilize it. So that is why I am running, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Carrie. So I just want to reiterate that Sarah Lopez, Jen Cody Martin, and Carrie Traub are your 3 candidates for president-elect. So moving right along, I want to bring Kathy back up, and she's going to introduce the slate of candidates for Southwest MLS.
Thank you very much, Belinda. All right, we have Kay Asbill is running for director. I haven't seen her. Has anybody seen Kay? Speak now, Kay, or forever hold your peace. Okay, so we'll go on. Our first person in person here is Linda Coy. She is running for director from Realty One. Linda?
Hello, everybody. So I'm not prepared, no speech, not prepared. I just wanted to say I've been a member of this organization since 1993, so I think this is my 28th year. Right now I serve on the GAP committee, and we are the liaison in between the GAR members and the GAR board. And there's so many times when we hear just the general membership is saying, why are we doing this? And what does that have to do with me? And why do they want my money? And so we have just tried to put a good face on everything that's happening behind the scenes, because a lot of times we don't even understand everything that happens. And so one of the things that I was hoping to be able to join the Southwest MLS committee because there's so much that happens behind the scenes that I have no idea what it is. And so I'm very eager to learn. I'm glad it's a 3-year term. So the first year I can learn what I'm supposed to know. But I've heard just recently that it's very, very techy. And so on the GAR board, it's more administrative and that kind of stuff. Where on the Southwest MLS board, it's very techy. And so I'm interested in learning as much as I can to be able to serve. There are so many changes. We just had Richard come to our office meeting, and he put on most outstanding, clear cooperation. I mean, just such a velvet tone, and his new Velvet Fog is his name. But I mean, he can just croon out all the clear cooperation meanings and why we do it and why is it good for us and how does it help the public and how to not get into trouble. And so as things change, when people come to me and they say, why don't we have all the dimensions on all 4 bedrooms because we're trying to serve a family. And so just hearing that, I could go and say, well, why don't we have that? And Richard addressed all those things. But that's what I plan to do is just, help and then hopefully improve upon and learn a lot along the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Joe Lamastra is also running for one of our director spots.
Yeah, hi. My name is Joe Lamastra. I'm an independent broker. My brokerage is Real ABQ Real Estate. I just like to do things myself solo when it comes to brokerage business. I've been in the business since 2008. I started in Southwest Colorado. It's a very different way of doing things in Colorado, so I've got that perspective. I came here in 2013. I'm finishing up my 2nd year working with Richard on the policy committee, the Swimless Policy Committee. I'm fascinated by the work that we do and that gets done with Swimless, and I believe in service. So I'm looking forward to becoming a director on the Swimless board because I think I have something to offer. I've gotten my feet under me on the policy committee, and I think I can help tremendously as we meet some of the big challenges that MLS is facing right now. Lots of challenges, lots of changes going on. It's exciting times, and I'm looking forward to helping.
Thank you very much, Joe. We have, let's not poke myself in the eye here. Okay, we have 2 people running for the treasurer of the Southwest MLS. First is Linda DeVlig. Linda? Somebody my height.
Yes, I'm standing up. Hi, I'm Linda DeVlig. I'm with Keller Williams. I've been in real estate 27 years, and we have the best job in the world. We really do. I serve on the NMAR Forms Committee currently. You're welcome. And I'm also a director of Southwest MLS. I'm also on the Technology Committee, which is just total fun. And I would love to be elected treasurer because I think it's a very important job to be the steward of the monies that the members work hard to pay. And I want to see where it goes, how it goes, make sure it goes in the right places, find out why it goes in the right places. It makes me a better Realtor member. It makes me a better director. It just makes me a better it gives me a better understanding of the organization. And that's why I think I was the first policy chair when policy became a committee. And I blame Channing Kelly because she forced that upon me. She's done this to me 3 times, but that was the first time. She forced me into being policy chair, and that's where I kind of got the bug for being on committees. And trust me, at home I get asked the question, again? You're doing this again? But yes, I am doing this again, and I really enjoy it, and I love learning, and I love helping the membership. We're an amazing group of people with the best job in the world, so let's make sure that the finances are being spent wisely, equitably, and in the best places where an organization can be best served by it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Linda. I get asked that same question at home, too. All right, also running for treasurer is Sherry Fowler. Sherry?
Thank you. I was the 2020 president for GAR last year. And when I think it was Kent said it's a lot of fun, it wasn't that much fun last year. We had to kind of turn and pivot and change what we were doing pretty quickly. I've been on as a board of directors member since 2014. I've been on the policy committee for Southwest MLS. Been a realtor for 31 years, so I bring a lot of experience to the table. But I am not done serving yet. I've enjoyed serving for the past 7 years, I guess it is, and I would be honored to be your SWMLS treasurer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sherry. Next we have as vice president, somebody people barely know, Tico Venturi. Tico?
You know, Brene Brown says you got to put yourself out there, set yourself up to be criticized and ridiculed. So, I really embrace that. So I don't mind putting myself out there. So in I'm running unopposed, so I'm just going to talk. So, in 2006, Tracy had some really great success in the real estate business, and she said, you should quit your job. And I'm like, no, it's secure, it's good. But I worked at Dunder Mifflin, and so if you guys get the reference, right? I mean, that's basically the place I worked at. Anybody know that, Dunder Mifflin? Okay, you guys know, right? It was like that. I mean, I had the same boss. It was the same thing. I was dying inside, right? In the corporate world. And we didn't sell paper, though. We sold wire, literally, right? So anyway, sorry all of you guys that don't get the reference. Anyway, and she said, no, come work with me. Come work. It'll be great. We'll get in real estate. And I got to tell you, this industry has changed my life. Wow. And I don't know where that came from. And I think about people like Beverly, right? When I first came to Keller Williams, and you've got people like Beverly that are just willing to give, right? And are so wise, and so many people that touch us in our business over the years. We've had great success, right? And that's wonderful. But somebody said I'm like the ultimate real estate geek. They called me that last year, and I'm like, wow, that's like was that you? Yeah. I was like, wow, that's like the greatest compliment I've ever received. So we are going through some very challenging times in our industry, right? We are so lucky to have somebody like Richard that's so tuned into what's going on. Things are going to change, right? It's inevitable. Just like Kathy said at the beginning, right? The change is coming, whether we like it or not, and either it runs over us or we jump on the train and make the best of it the best we can. I'm running again, putting my name again for vice president and, of course, for president because I want to be involved in that change. And I think what we do really matters. Let me give you guys one stat. Okay, I can't go anywhere without a stat. $1.215 billion. Okay, so where does that number come from? In our MLS, we'll probably sell about 15,000 homes this year, right, Richard? Something like that. There'll be about 15,000 transactions go through. Okay, so that's about 30,000 sides. But for every sale in New Mexico, NAR estimates that a home sale contributes about $81,000 to the local economy. So you take those 15,000 sales times 81,000, that's 1.2 billion that our industry contributes to our local economy. What we do really matters, right? And And you think about, I'll just tell you one quick story. So we had a client, Jane helped earlier this year, who was crying because she was able to sell her home. She had so much equity gain. She had more money than she ever thought she was going to have just because she happened to be a homeowner. And so, I mean, that type of stuff makes a difference. Home ownership really, really matters. And okay, anyway, I'm just rambling now. But anyway, thank you. Appreciate everybody.
Thank you, Tigo. Okay, and our last person is going to be your president. She's running unopposed for 2022 president of Southwest MLS is Jeanette Raver. And come on up, Jeanette. But I just will share with you who have served. When you're, like I mentioned about Belinda, when you're on the leadership team, you work really, really closely together with the people ahead of you and behind you. And so it's been just a pleasure working with Jeanette this year. And it's been a really good team effort to work together. So Jeanette Raver.
Thank you. Well, I'm Jeanette Raver. I work for Realty One. I have my own office. Okay. And I've been in the business for 35 years. So I was licensed in 1986. Totally different from now. And you couldn't even tell the difference. We didn't have internet. We had this little paper that came out to our listings on a little fax machine, and then we got our books that we called our Bibles. So I've seen a lot of different changes, and I'm so excited about being your next president of Southwest MLS. We do see a lot of changes happening. Richard is going to be, he's just awesome. I got to go to Las Vegas with him last week, and I kind of stuck with him because I didn't understand a lot of the terms, so I kept asking. So I'm so excited, and I have big shoes to fill over here because Kathy is just awesome. But I have some great bookends that is going to help me. So I'm very excited about serving with you guys. I do have my office. I have 47 agents. And like I said, I've been in the business 35 years. Thank you. Thank you. A very big blessing. So thank you so very much. And I am so excited about serving you guys and keeping you guys informed of what's going on, because we're having a lot of changes. We'll never see another 2019. We've seen changes so much in 2020 and 21, and yeah, it's going to just keep changing. So hope you guys are ready. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeanette. As you can see, you have some tough choices, and I'm really happy. Thank you, Gar, Belinda, and Kent. Come on up. I'm just kind of rambling here. Thank you very much for listening to the candidates and seeing what they have to offer. So, Belinda.
Thank you all for being here. The slate of candidates is on gar.com. You can go in and see their questionnaires and how they answered each question. I think it's really important, as Kathy had mentioned, go in and look at what your GAR leadership, how they answer those questions, how they expect to lead moving forward. We have some great opportunities, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Belinda. Okay, so to close out, a couple of things. And this is a great forum for this, because this is the group that is concerned with leadership and with professionalism. I just heard it a little bit ago. And how do we promote those things? How do we get those things done right? One of the most important things that an association does, and I address each and every new member orientation class, I get to give this little spiel about NAR. NAR is an amazing organization. If you take all the planets that we know of in the universe and you look for the largest trade association on all those planets, it's going to be NAR, 1.4 million members. It's amazing. So our punch, when we need to, right, Tigo? Our punch is enormous if we need to punch. And sometimes you need to punch. And I'm talking about advocacy for not only our organization, but for our clients. And our clients deserve that attention, that punch. They need to know that we've got their back when things get rough in Washington, D.C., at the city council, at the county commission, in state government. For goodness sakes, you know, it's rare that they really understand what they're looking at. I was there, I know. It's rare. Because a single city councilor, a single state representative, state senator, whatever, cannot understand everything about every industry. They have to have help. And guess where their help comes from? From us. From us as members of the National Association of Realtors with 1.4 million members and an advocacy organization unrivaled in this nation. I'll never forget when the leader of the Republican Party called me and said, I see you gave $500,000 to a candidate that he didn't support. He said, I didn't know the realtors had that kind of juice. Let me tell you, we do. We do. It was an independent expenditure for a senatorial campaign. I'm going to leave the names out of it. But it was huge. And we do have the juice. And I'm going to tell you why we have the juice. It's because of people like Carol Bernstein. Carol, would you come up for just a second? Carol understands political advocacy as well as anybody we know. And we're so proud to be able to work with her on projects that promote our voice in the advocacy of our industry. It's one of the most important things we do. I know there's people out there that say we shouldn't be involved in political issues. Wrong. Because we owe it to our clients to be at the forefront of political issues, on the cutting edge of those decisions, and nobody's done that more than Carol. Carol's going to tell you a little something about a special event coming up.
Hello. For those of you who do not know me, I have a constant background in political advocacy for the realtors, including 10 years as a federal political coordinator, and that, if you ever get a chance to do it, is amazing, where you go to Washington, you actually go into our representatives and senators' office and talk about the issues. What we have coming up, and one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you, is you got handed a little passport thingy, and it had the events for 2021. One of those events has been changed. The one that's Denim and Diamonds is now GAR Homecoming, and it will be on the 22nd at Tramway Plaza. It is a fundraiser for RPAC, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You get to dress up like you were in high school. We're looking for a disco ball. We're going to have a DJ. You get to dance. Silent auction. And all of you in this room are people who are interested in how this organization goes on. And the candidates I've just seen come up here, you are fantastically blessed with having a lot of good background and people who really care about what's going to happen. It has been my experience over the years, for those of you who think we started out with one desk, no, we started out across from Roosevelt Park in a teeny tiny little bitty building. I think that we have tried over the years to support the things that were good for private property rights and to oppose the things that we felt were not good for private property rights. And we have worked very hard on supporting the candidates we felt would do the best for that. We need your help to continue raising the funds that will help us donate to the right candidates to work with our advocacy. So, if you want to have a whole lot of fun and get credit on your donations for RPAC just by buying a ticket, you don't have to come, but it's funner if you come. And by anything you buy at the silent auction counts towards your donation to RPAC. It's a blast, and if you're really good, we'll feed you. Okay? So, Yeah, right. Anyhow, October 22nd, Tramway Plaza, which is up off of the west side of Tramway Boulevard. Put it in your GPS, you'll find it. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So anyhow, please do that. Please come. Please encourage your friends and your other members who are in your offices and what have you. I'm a one-man office, so I talk to myself a lot. But really, please do come. It's going to be a blast. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. You know, that's hard. It's hard work, is it not? The whole rec pack thing, RPAC. If you don't understand those terms, we can help you with that. We're not sure we do most of the time either. They got it. Anyway, it's hard work sometimes, and there's a lot of things we have to talk out. We have to talk things out. We have to work through things, but it's all because we want to make sure that you are represented. Moreover, we want to make sure your clients are represented in the public comment area of advocacy. It's really, really, really important.